The chair recognizes the gentleman from Illinois, Mr. Gutierrez, for 5 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, let me tell you how you know you've turned the corner in the immigration debate. When Sean Hannity and Senator Rand Paul and a group of others in the Republican Party begin saying it's time to rethink the party's approach to immigration, we've probably reached a milestone. When Donald Trump says the Republican policy of asking 12 million people to self-deport is, quote, a crazy policy that likely cost the Republicans the White House, you've turned the corner. Anytime I agree with Donald Trump, hope for bipartisan agreement should be running high. Most Americans believe that Election Day demonstrated it's time to move beyond the same old politics, the same tired blame game on immigration. So when I saw a Republican-sponsored STEM bill visa on the House calendar this week, I thought, well, maybe House Republicans are changing their tune. On the campaign trail, we heard Governor Romney say he supported stapling a green card to the diploma of every math and science graduate from our universities. Why should we educate some of the best minds on earth and then say, sorry, no room in the U.S. economy for you? It makes no sense. They go away and compete against us rather than innovating and creating jobs here. And then I took a closer look at what the Republicans are actually proposing. They haven't turned a corner at all. In fact, they haven't even stepped out of their houses. They certainly didn't learn anything from the last election. The STEM visa bill on the House floor this week was actually voted down in September. It was introduced with a few changes and absolutely no consultation with Democrats. I want to find a bipartisan solution on immigration. I'm committed to it. I know it won't be easy. They say a journey of 1,000 miles begins with just one step. The problem is my colleagues on the other side of the aisle want to take one step and have the Democrats travel the other 999.9 miles. Certainly this bill isn't even a step. It's a shuffle. It's a shell game. It has exactly the same problem that the STEM bill in September had. It moves visa from a legal immigration program that works over to a new visa category where there may or may not be sufficient demand to use those visas each year. Immigration is always a zero-sum game for my colleagues on the other side. We will only increase visa for immigrants we like if we can eliminate immigration for immigrants we don't like. But it isn't even a sum zero trick they're pulling here. Best estimates are that only 20,000 STEM visas would be issued to graduates, meaning that the other 35 visas would just disappear. And which immigrants do they want to exclude in order to play this game? People from around the world who want a chance to make a new life for themselves in the U.S. You know, people like the fathers and mothers and grandparents of almost every member of Congress. In this case, half of the people who come to America legally through the diversity visa program come from the continent of Africa, over half of them. But they come from all over. So the Republicans would have us say to the good people of Ghana or South Africa, but also to the people of Sweden and Ireland and New Zealand and Taiwan, who applied to come here legally, sorry, we have to withdraw the chance you had at 50,000 visas so we can divert them to maybe 20,000 STEM graduates, maybe. Once again, Republicans' math doesn't add up. But here is something I bet you didn't know about the diversity visa program. Many of them come to this country and join the armed forces of the United States of America. But these legal immigrants are the target of the Republican bill. I have news from my friends on the other side of the aisle. You can't fool immigrants. You can't pretend to be pro-immigrant and then eliminate immigration for one group to allow another group to come. I woke up the day after the election and I saw a new landscape for the immigration debate. It is one where Democrats and Republicans work together to solve tough problems facing the United States. We should not treat this as an opportunity for politicians to score political points again. But sadly, that is what is happening here. I want Republicans to know that Democrats support STEM visas. We don't need to kill other legal immigration programs to create a STEM program. But Republicans are more interested in killing the diversity visa program than in creating a program for STEM graduates. For this bill, no matter what happens on Friday, will not pass in the Senate. Mr. Speaker, I believe we can turn the corner on real immigration reform, but only if Republicans are willing to put on their walking shoes and take a few steps with Democrats, walking side by side for a greater, better America.